Hello everyone. This time, we'll learn about texture fundamentals and various maps, an important element for giving clothing realistic texture. Having this knowledge will significantly boost the quality of your work. First, let's start by simply adding color to the t-shirt. Select Fabric 1 from the Object Browser. In the Property Editor at the bottom right, you'll find the Base Color field. You can change it to any color you like by clicking the Color option. To change the color, you have two options. If you have a specific color in mind, you can enter the RGB values or color code. Alternatively, if you want to pick a color from the screen, you can use the eyedropper tool to sample it. After selecting a color with the eyedropper tool, press the Escape key to apply the change. Once you've decided on a color, click the Add button. This makes it easy to reuse that color the next time you open the project. Click Apply and Close. You can create multiple fabrics using Add or Copy. For example, use this when you want different materials for the bodice and collar of a t-shirt. Drag and drop a created fabric onto a pattern in the 2D view to apply it to that pattern. Select a fabric and configure detailed settings via the Property Editor. Now we're getting into the real texture configuration. Now let's explain the various maps. 1. Base color map. The base color map defines the fundamental color and pattern of the fabric. This is the most basic and essential map. Click within the base color map to load an image file. You can load data you created yourself, purchased data, or freely distributed texture data. 2. Normal map. The normal map is used to express surface texture and depth. The key point is that it creates a sense of three-dimensionality without altering the actual geometry, enabling realistic texture representation. There are several ways to create a normal map. You can create it in Photoshop, use the free online tool called Normal Map Online, or generate it automatically in Marvelous Designer. 3. Displacement map. Unlike normal maps, which create the illusion of depth, displacement maps use grayscale images to physically move vertices and create actual 3D depth. They're primarily used for thick knit fabrics or materials with significant texture. However, keep in mind that since they actually deform the mesh, they increase both data volume and render times. We recommend using displacement maps only when absolutely necessary. 4. Opacity map. The opacity map controls a material's transparency. Its primary uses include representing the transparent and opaque areas of lace fabric, creating fringe effects, or working with mesh materials like sportswear. It uses a black and white image, where white areas remain opaque and black areas become transparent. 5. Roughness map. The roughness map controls surface roughness and determines light reflection characteristics. This setting significantly alters the fabric's texture. Use it to create smooth reflections like silk, coarse textures like linen, or a satin-like sheen. 6. Metalness map. The metalness map is used to represent metallic surfaces. Since most fabric are non-metallic, this map is rarely used. However, it can be applied to embroidery using gold or silver thread, or fabrics with a metallic finish. Next, let's set up the fabric's physical properties. This is crucial for creating realistic fabric movement. First, select a preset from the library that closely matches the fabric you want to create. You can also add fabrics from the library's fabric section to the object browser. The fabrics in the library already have various maps applied, making them useful references. Fabrics have detailed settings that you can adjust. The recommended workflow is to first choose a preset that closely matches your intended fabric, then run the simulation and observe the movement in the 3D view while adjusting each value. Run the simulation and observe the movement in the 3D view while adjusting each value. This workflow efficiently guides you toward achieving your ideal texture. Now, let's examine the main settings. 1. Stretch. Stretch controls how easily the fabric stretches. Lowering the value makes it behave more like an elastic material. 2. Bending. Bending represents the fabric's stiffness. A higher value creates thick, stiff fabrics like denim, while a lower value produces soft fabrics like chiffon. 3. Buckling ratio. Buckling ratio controls how easily the fabric bends. A higher value makes it bend easily and wrinkle readily, while a lower value makes it resist bending and wrinkling. This is an important setting when adjusting drape. 4. Buckling stiffness. Buckling stiffness controls how easily the fabric's corners bend. A low value makes it easier to fold, while a high value makes it harder to bend. This is an important setting when creating items like pleated skirts. 5. Internal damping. Internal damping controls the suppression of fabric movement. Increasing the value makes the simulation move slowly, as if in water. A low value results in light, airy movement, and easy fluttering in the wind, while a high value creates heavy, deliberate movement. 6. Weight. Weight represents the fabric's mass. Light fabrics include chiffon and organza, while heavy fabrics include wool and leather. This affects how drapes hang under gravity. 7. Friction. Friction is crucial when using animations. It prevents fabric from slipping during animation and adjusts the movement of overlapping fabrics. If clothing slides off the avatar during animation, increasing this value often resolves the issue. Save your customized presets to reuse them with other data. Create plenty of your own unique materials.